Hello everybody. Okay. Hey guys, today we will be going through my yarn stash, which my yarn stash is like not that big, but I do want to organize it because it is kind of just like in drawers and bags all throughout my apartment. I've kept all of the like yarn tags for all of them, so I'm hoping that I can stuff the yarn tag into the cake for each specific yarn. That way whenever I'm making a new project, I know exactly what yarn I'm working with. I think that might be smart, and it's appropriate for the beginning of the year, starting the year off strong and hopefully maintaining this throughout the rest of the year, which honestly, I'm organized enough that I could keep it up throughout the year. I'm pretty confident I can do that. I found this idea because I watched Passionate Kelsey's yarn stash, and it is not like hers because she is like a professional, how do you say something that you do for your living? Oh, she's a vocational crocheter. So she has yarn to maintain that vocation. I am a hobby crocheter, so I try to hold back and I try to use gift cards and I try to use cash because that makes me feel better about buying more yarn because I'm not getting paid to buy yarn. So don't expect that, but I will do my best to make an incredible thumbnail with all of my yarn. And then I found that Cameron Kane had one, so I started watching hers. And it's fun, it's really satisfying. And honestly, she was like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do another one because I thought y'all wouldn't like the first one. And apparently her followers really liked the first one. And I thought in my head, I don't think anybody's gonna watch this one, but maybe you will, who knows. And also the reason that I'm doing this is because I started filming a video for this week, like this week. I don't know if that made sense. I started making a sweater, like a project, and then I was like, what was I thinking? There's no way I can finish that in 6 days. So yeah, so I gotta pump out something for this week and might as well do something that I was already planning on doing, so. I have my coffee and I'm ready to go. Why is the lighting like this? I was gonna make a recycled bag. So I have a lot, but I'm just gonna put these under my sink. This is what she's looking like at the moment, but there's still more to do. Boom. And that is still not all. This is like my active workstation. So I'm gonna take this and go put it up. Yeah, I probably should also go through this. Okay, so this is the plan. I have all of these little like yarn tags. Girl, I'm not too sure about this. This is kind of a lot. This is kind of a lot of yarn. And I didn't realize I had this much and okay, but in my defense, some of these are like hand-me-down, I guess you could say. Like all that white fluffy yarn, that's from my old roommate and she didn't want it anymore and I said, sure thing, I'll take it. But at the same time, it's like, Elizabeth, learn how to say no. Easy. bamboo tuffle. Just use this tiffle by Yarn Bee. Boom, boom. A little something like this. Now some of them are in balls, so I'll just like stuff it in the center. But you know what? First one, done. Boom. Yeah, so I think that's my method. But here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking. If I'm unsure, then I can go onto hobbylobby.com. Okay, I'm just gonna cover the top because there's gonna be more notifications. This is exactly what I'm looking for. This is it. I think this works. Perf. Okay, so I did all of the ones that I could figure out. Some of them I just had to throw away. Also, like I said, some of these are hand-me-downs. Like this one I didn't buy. I don't know what it is. Some of them I bought from the thrift. So like all of these things, these are all thrifted. I'm gonna guesstimate the type of yarn. These are cottons, acrylic, wool, mixed fiber. Okay, so we got random mix of stuff. A bunch of acrylic and then some cotton and things that are so tiny I don't know how to organize them. I've already put the big fluffy things in a box. Oh, and wool. My last task is to get my work in progress into this cute little box because this bag's ugly and this box is cute. I have reached the end of chapter 3 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Do not be fooled, I'm listening to the audiobook, and the last chapter I read it along because my husband said that will help with your reading skills. And I don't have very good reading skills. But that's okay, we're building them up and I'm going to be better. And maybe even for the third book, I'll just straight up read it instead of listen to it. We'll find out. So far, that's pretty good. The Weasley brothers came and grabbed Harry and rescued him. Dobby kind of freaks me out. I'm a little bit nervous to watch the movies and see him smash his head into stuff. I think that's really weird. I think a part of it is because he's almost the definition of like intrusive thought, but Dobby's not doing intrusive thoughts. He's punishing himself, which is really sad. And I hope that Dobby finds love and freedom. I want that for him. I don't really understand what a house elf is other than a slave. I don't know. We'll find out more. And I feel bad for Harry Potter that he thought that nobody loved him. But his friends love him, and they just weren't communicating because of Dobby. I've actually read up to chapter 8, but that was 6 months ago, and I don't remember anything from it. So we're starting back over. I do remember that it was Draco Malfoy was the kid in charge of Dobby and is going to harm Harry Potter, but that's the extent of what I remember, so I know that I need to reread those chapters. I'm liking it so far. I can see the hype. I can see the hype about it. And honestly, I think my overall thought is I just want Dobby to feel love and not be sad. Alright, this is the end of today's video. I made a lot of progress very quickly. It actually only took me about an hour to do all of that, which I felt like it was a lot. I'm a little bit disappointed because I forgot how many I actually had hand-me-down, and so I have no idea what type of yarn it is or where I got it from. Another thing is there was probably about 3 different yarns that were from Hobby Lobby but are discontinued. So if I do a project with it, then I won't be able to get any more yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's going to have to be a scrap yarn project. Additionally, that mason jar filled with those little bits and pieces, I'm thinking maybe one day I can make my own yarn. I've seen people like tear it up with the pet brush thing, like break down the fibers, and then like spin it together to make new yarn, and I think that could be really cool. But at the moment, I probably have about 2 yards of yarn, if even, so I'll have to collect more yarn scraps over time, and then I can do that. But let me take you over. I can show you what I did today. This is where I keep my yarn. It's in a buffet that was my granddad's, and then we repainted it and everything. It survived a house fire, so honestly, it looks pretty great from all the things it's gone through. This cabinet has a bunch of drawers, which you saw earlier. The first drawer I filled with acrylic yarn, which includes all that yarn from my brother's sweater, so it's pretty jam-packed. The second drawer includes cotton as well as some of that leftover acrylic. These little things, I'm gonna make a mosaic sweater that I got the pattern, and then this is like the exact yarn that the person used. I like to do the exact yarn from the patterns. I don't know about you guys. And then this is wool and assorted yarn. So like this is a blend of viscose, polyester, and nylon. So it's kind of just like hodgepodge yarn section. I put the big yarn in this big bin, which you also saw. But overall, pretty proud of myself. It's very well organized now, so I'll be able to find my yarn easily throughout the year. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Subscribe.